Okay, so this is going to be a fun one. It's going to be a bit tongue-in-cheek. I'm just going to be speaking plainly here off the cuff. And first off, you may recognize this woman here. Uh, Make Life Medicine. I'll leave the link to her full video down below so you can watch that. But yeah, first off, as you can see, she's in a bubble bath. She looks like Margot Robbie in The Big Short, right? I bet that's what she was going for. She's got the whole scene going on here. She's got the candles behind her, and then that glass of whatever that is. Looks like a meat of some kind that was never strained properly, or maybe possibly a Mad Dog 2020 or some trash can punch. It's hard to tell. But yeah, for the record, Margot Robbie, she did it better. She was she was being served champagne in a flute, not some $2 chuck in a goblet. But yeah, I think her name. I think this chick's name is Caitlin. Maybe she goes by Kate. She definitely looks like the type that spells Kate Cait. Gotta watch out for those. But yeah, let's dive into this. I'm gonna quit yapping.
All right, hopefully I have enough bubbles here. So you're desperately trying to find a woman to date, right? You're on the dating apps, you're trying to find her. But are you really
On the dating apps?
trying to find her? What are you trying to find exactly? So I've mentioned before that I've been on the dating apps for 5 years. And I say
5 years? So you've been on them since you were 33? 5 years, huh? Crazy.
I've been on them. I've been on and off them. Like I'm not
On and off them, yes, of course.
on them 100% of the time. They get very exhausting, very draining. But over the years, I have kept a list, made a list of things that I see guys doing in their profiles that are not helpful at all. And I've mentioned a few of them in a previous video. And I'm expecting a lot of negative.
Oh, guys, she's about to give dudes advice. Buckle up for this one.
Feedback, that's okay, because
Whoa.
I know this is going to piss a lot of guys off. Negative feedback, that's okay, because in their profiles that are not helpful at all. And I've mentioned a few of them in a previous video. And I'm expecting a lot of negative feedback. That's okay.
Okay, she's expecting negative feedback. And she says, everyone, she says it's okay. All right. And this isn't all going to be, it's not negative. I'm going to be pointing things out. They might be negative to her because I know she's going to see this. But they're just things that I believe are true. But yeah, let's see what she has to say. This will be a fun one. If you got popcorn, get it ready.
Because I know this is going to piss a lot of guys off. They're going to get defensive.
Oh yes.
They're going to say that because I have a septum piercing and tattoos that I'm too masculine, and that's why I can't find anyone. And really, these guys are just bitter and resentful. And
all right. So right off the bat, projection. She's pissed. She's bitter. That's the whole point here. Yeah, that's what's going on. So women like to label dudes that piss them off as being bitter and angry or whatever. And yeah, that's the thing about yeah, well, let's let her talk.
And they're not the type of guy that I would want to attract anyways. So, but here we go. For the people who actually are wondering why they're not attracting women with their dating profiles, I'm just going to give you a list of things that I've noticed. And this is in no particular order, by the way. Like I am just starting from the beginning and I'm just going to go through them. Some of them are going to be really quick. Some of them I might have more to say about. First thing, don't stick out your tongue in your pictures. It's kind of pervy and it's immature. And I will say I used to have a picture where I was like, and you don't attract the right type of person. Like, just don't do that because you're just going to attract a perv. It's not appropriate, especially for a 37-year-old woman. But I see guys doing it all the time, like trying to be cute, but it's not cute. And that's not how you look. That's not how you look. When we meet, you're not going to look like that. So don't do that. The next thing I'll say is everyone is looking for something different, but I'm just going to tell you that if you put on your profile that you're looking for.
Here, real quick. Okay, so of course, she's been on and off the dating apps for 5 years. I mean, that's most modern women that get on the apps, on the dating apps. They pick guys that just want sex and don't want to date them, or they don't pick the guys that don't want sex and do want to date them. That's the thing, is they don't really take accountability for the guys they're actually picking. it's all the dude's fault. And I'm not saying we're angels. Okay, it goes both ways. But I'm a male. I'm a man, so I'm speaking from the male point of view. And yeah, I mean, I have my own opinions on what I think she was doing on the apps, but I'll keep those to myself. Um, but yeah, these women, they have tons of sex and situationships from these dating apps, and that's why they're on and off them for years, and that's why they get bitter and angry and make these videos and then accuse you of being angry and bitter and all these things. They're just projecting, and whatever they're guilty of, they're accusing you of it. And as far as the nose ring thing, yeah, that's true. Nose ring theory, it's true. And I've brought up nose ring theory in previous videos. I've made 2 videos about it. One that was serious, I guess. It was more just about it, and another one was just kind of for funsies. It was more of a, I don't know, it was just a joke video, which got over 20,000 views, by the way. Not bad. But yeah, and the chicks with septum rings, they prove our point time and time again about nose ring theory when they get offended and triggered like this, right? The tattoos and piercings, they are masculine, okay? They involve pain, sharp objects, and blood. And as a man gets older and tangles with enough of these body modification women, they learn they're all the same. And they all have a few things in common, right? They all have trauma and baggage, and they tend to have a past that's filled with a bunch of bad decisions. And when a dude is in his 20s, he doesn't care because he's in his 20s, man. Men in their 20s, they're reckless. But of course, once you get to your 30s and your 40s, your priorities change. And so does your taste in women. You don't put up with what you did in your 20s. And of course, these women, these middle-aged women, they cannot accept this reality. So what do they do is they put the blame on the dudes, and they call them bitter and resentful. And yeah, like I said, it's just projection. She's bitter and resentful that she didn't get picked by a lot of the dudes on the apps. I'm sure she got, had some bad situationships. I mean, yeah, and she mentioned in the previous video of a couple of dudes that she dated. One she really liked and tried to delude herself into thinking that she wanted kids, and then the other guy she said was like crazy or something. Of course, a lot of chicks will say that. We don't have the other guy's side of the story, so we just have her side. So there's not really much to go off of there. But yeah, when she says that they're not the type you want to attract anyways, dude, someone's been hurt, man. Someone's been hurt. Someone's been alpha widowed. Is I believe that's the term. And as far as like the sticking your tongue out thing, dude, what guy does that? Guys, if there are any guys doing that, dude, don't do that. That's a chick thing. That is 100% a chick thing. So yeah, don't do that. Okay.
For intimacy without commitment. I guess my issue is it's fine if you want that and there are people who want that. I guess what I'm wondering is why are there so many people who want that in their 40s or early 50s? You want intimacy without commitment. It's concerning. It's concerning that such a large
Oh God, here we go. Concerning
number of men want intimacy without commitment. Like you just don't want to be a man. You don't want any
Oh God.
responsibilities.
Oh, she's about to tell us what a man is. That's rich.
You don't want to provide for someone. You resent women. You're very bitter, and it makes you angry that
resentful, bitter, angry, yada yada yada.
Anyone would expect anything of you in return for the sexual pleasure that they provide you. Next thing is instead of saying that you're looking for someone fit and athletic.
Okay, hold up. Well, Kate, whatever you go by. Most of the men and women on these dating apps are already doing that. They're already sleeping with each other. They're treating the app like Uber Eats for sex. That's how this app is being treated because people are commoditized now. Relationship, sex, it's all a commodity now that you can get with your smartphone. but yeah, they're all sleeping with each other. They just don't. A lot of them just don't explicitly state it on their profile. There, but yeah, I guess there's some that do that. I suppose. Um, I guess at least they're honest up front about it. I mean, I think it's pretty normal for the top 10% of men to want intimacy without commitment because they have money, they have status, they've got options. They don't have to. They know the risks involved. They don't want to have any liabilities. They invest in assets, and they don't see a commitment with a woman as an asset but a liability. So they're looking to have their fun. That's what these rich dudes do because they still need sex, but not they don't want the complications that a modern woman can bring to their life if they let them in. Because dude, a woman will crumble your entire empire, and they're trying to protect their empire and what they've built over the years. Um, yeah, they can do that. They're attractive. They have money. They have options, like I said. But that's the thing is a lot of these women, they're bitter because these guys, the guys that they want, they're not going for these 38-year-old chicks. They're going for 23-year-olds because they're hotter and they have less trauma. They have less baggage. And they also have either no tattoos and piercings or minimal. They have just maybe earrings, maybe a side nose ring, if that, preferably not. But and maybe a small tattoo here and there that's not visible, but preferably no tattoos and piercings. That's optimal. That's what most guys want. Because that's the thing. Women lean more left and men lean more to the right. They're more conservative. Women are more liberal. So we cannot connect with each other. We cannot relate with each other. There's a lot of issues with that. But oh my gosh, concerning is just what these middle-aged bitter women say because they're single and they're ignored by this top tier of men, or they were screwed over. They did not date them. They might have had a situationship with them and they wanted something more, but the guy didn't, and therefore they got alpha widowed. But it is also true that a lot of men in general, they still want intimacy without commitment because, like I said, the laws, they favor women in marriage. They don't favor men. I have experience in the family court system, and I would never get married. It's a bad deal all around. Yeah. Plus all the women on the dating apps, they have nothing to offer a man but their body and a bad time if you decide to date them. So these men are keeping things casual. And then of course you don't she's trying to define what a man is. The old you don't know what you don't want to be a man, right? Well, first off, we live in a day and an age where women are asked to they're asked to define what a woman is, and they can't even give a straight answer on that. They can't tell you what a woman is. They don't know, and therefore, I mean, I can't trust them to know what a man is. So they don't have any business defining what a man is. The truth is that modern women, they don't deserve a real man because they're not ladies. They're bringing nothing of value to a man other than the physical. There's no chaste versions walking around here anymore, and men want pure feminine women to date and marry, but those don't exist anymore. There's very few of them left. They've almost gone extinct. You have to go to other countries to maybe find them, but even those countries are being infected with feminism and all of these toxic ideas that divide men and women. And just because pure women went away, it doesn't mean men's need for sex went away with it. It's okay for women to sleep around apparently, but if a man does it, it's concerning. And these women are the ones that you should be concerned about, honestly. And yeah, no, it makes women angry that men expect things of them. So it's just.
Athletic. I'm looking for someone athletic and fit and healthy.
But yeah, men's standards and preferences and boundaries, they're not allowed nowadays. They're reclassified as controlling and all those BS descriptors that she just used. But yeah, let's see what she has to say.
Healthy lifestyle. Just say that you don't want to date fat people. Just be
Wait, what?
honest. Help us. Thing is, instead of saying that you're looking for someone fit and athletic, I'm looking for someone athletic and fit and healthy lifestyle. Just say that you don't want to date fat people. Just be honest. Help us all to just save the time, because I know a lot of people who are athletic and fit, but on the outside they might not look like it, right? They might not look like what you want them to look like. So just say that all you care about is actually how, because I bet you that you would pick someone who has no physical fitness whatsoever, but who you think has a sexy looking body, but they're not actually fit and they're not athletic. But you would pick them over someone who looks different and could be a lot more athletically fit. They could have a really impressive VO2 max, but they don't have the body that you want. So just be honest. Instead of saying that you're looking for someone who values health and takes care of themselves, that's like, you're not being clear. You're not really being clear, because there are a lot of people who value health and take care of themselves. And I bet you that you would judge them based on the way they look and wouldn't date them because of it. So that's not actually what you're looking for. Because who doesn't value health? Like, everyone values their health. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, so why don't you just, instead of saying that you want someone who values health, why don't you say that you want someone who looks like they value health? That's what you should really say. The next thing I'll mention is that, and I have talked about this in my other video, but just, you need to get clear on what you actually want. You just need to.
And you get clear. Just get clear. All right. So, dude, lady, nobody wants to date fat people. Okay. And there are people who are skinny that aren't fit or athletic, right? There's skinny fat. There's the dad bod thing. Fit and athletic, that is a specific type. And yeah, I think you are being clear. You want fit and athletic. They're communicating that they want someone who has good habits and shows consistency in their lives. Someone that has, what's the word I'm looking for? They have a, not routine, but yeah, they're looking for someone who's consistent, good habits. The words this has escaped me, but yeah, being fit and athletic is a good benchmark for that. It's a good litmus test. There's tons of people who just want to have someone they can run with and go to the gym with. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. She looks like she's fit and athletic, so yeah, they're looking for her body type, right? But yeah, and then what she said about everybody values their health. No, there's tons of people who don't value their health. Are you kidding me? We live in the United States. The standard American diet? Are you kidding? Dude, if you drink, smoke, and eat fast food excessively on the daily, you don't value your health. And that's a lot of people. That goes back to the fit and athletic. It weeds out a lot of those people because they're probably not smoking, and then they're probably not drinking, and they're probably not in the McDonald's drive-through. So those are all good things. But yeah, that's a lot of people. I mean, just look at the profits from those industries, right? They're booming. And she's obviously, once again, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She doesn't. She's coming at this from her feels, as per usual. She's basically doing what all these annoying modern women do, which is tone policing, right? Tone policing alone is why women like her are single. Men don't want to deal with that. They'll still sleep with you, but they won't date you. Okay? And here's the thing. Even fat people now, they don't want to date fat people, right? But before all this insanity, this is how the world was. Pretty people were with pretty people, ugly people were with ugly people, and fat people were with fat people, right? Everyone knew their place, but not anymore. Now you got fat women. Now they got all these fat women on the dating apps that are doing this catfishing, that right? They do most of the catfishing on these apps, I would say, or as I like to call it, fat fishing. So what that means is they know the camera angles to take of their pictures. They know, or they use old pictures. They either use old pictures or they take these up these angles from up top, from up high. to hide their fat. And then you end up showing up on a first date, and then your stomach drops because you're greeted by the SS Rhonda, right? Like, then you have to sit through that awkward situation. You can't just be like, you know what, you really don't look. I mean, some guys do that. You don't look like you did in your picture by a long shot. But yeah, but plus Kate, if I can I call you Kate? You seem like someone that would actually get super pissed if they had "don't be fat" on their profile, because I think you would just accuse them of fat shaming and think they're a jerk. Um, I think being truthful about what you want is okay. That's the thing, is it's okay to be truthful. They want you to be upfront, but they don't like the way that you do it sometimes. So they got to correct what you say or how you say it, because it just doesn't sit right with them. It doesn't feel right with them. But I don't know. I bet you'd get banned by the app for doing that, for putting that on your profile, because most women, they aren't going to be as cool as you, Kate. They ain't going to be cool, Kate. They ain't going to be cool, Caitlin. They're going to report your profile. They're going to report your account. And chances are they're going to side with the women and ban you, because you're going to get a lot of them. So it would probably go against their TOS. But yeah, I would say this. Dude, we don't even need to watch the rest of this video. I think the video I'm making here, the entire thing could just be just a few seconds of me just saying, "Hey guys, don't take dating app advice from a single middle-aged chick in a bubble bath." Right? But then of course I wouldn't be able to get the mid-roll ad revenue, baby. So here we are. But yeah, let's continue, I guess.
Because if you're just looking for a nice girl to hang out with, there are a lot of those, but like almost none of them are going to be a good match for you. So you have to get more clear on what your criteria are. What are you actually looking for? Okay, the next thing is I probably will have a lot of things about the actual profile and pictures and just how to design your profile. Don't have the first photo be a photo with a huge group of people. Okay, nobody wants to try to figure out which one you are. We all have a limited amount of time. You know how draining it is to swipe through on these apps.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Yeah, it needs to be a picture of just you. That's just common sense.
Nobody wants to do detective work to try to figure out which one's you and what you actually look like. Just have a clear photo of you smiling with your eyes showing with no hat on, because we want to see if you're bald. Sorry, we want to see.
Oh God, there it is.
Just want to see. It doesn't mean that people aren't going to date you, but like you don't try to hide it.
You're not going to date them
if you are, and you're hiding your receding hairline, and smile so that we can see
the double standards. This is funny.
Your teeth and what you look like. And don't have sunglasses on, because we want to see your eyes. The other thing, this might just be a pet peeve of mine. Don't say you're looking for a girl. I'm looking for a nice girl. I'm looking for a girl who this and that. I'm looking for a cute, sweet girl. You're looking for a woman, okay? You're not looking for a girl, so don't say that you are. And imagine if women were like, I'm looking for a really nice boy. What would you think if you read that? It's like kind of condescending.
I think people use girlfriend and boyfriend or people use girl and boy because, you know, it's girlfriend and boyfriend. It's not man friend, woman friend. So I think that's probably why they do that. And then, I don't know, there's a lot of people that say girl and boy. I don't know, but they don't mean actual girls and boys. You know what they mean. But yeah, but of course there's the acceptable female preference that she just mentioned. No baldies, right? Did you put that in your dating profile, Kate? Huh? Because you should. You should be reprimanded if you didn't. I think you should just be clear about what you want. Maybe that's why you're single now, that you didn't put no baldies. I don't know, but I do think it's good to have a picture where they're smiling so that you can make sure that they have nice teeth. I don't want to go on a date with someone that has a gap tooth smile or just bad dental hygiene. That's a huge turnoff for me. Most people, I would say. I've actually put that when I have been on dating apps a while back. Like I've actually put in my dating app before. I think I said I wanted someone with nice teeth, or I don't think I never say that I'm looking for any type of girl. I don't even say what I'm really looking for. I if it's on Bumble, I've used those prompts where it poses a question like, what do you find important or something like that. Then I just put nice teeth or something like that. Yeah, whatever the prompt is, I just use those prompts and then put my very concise answer, and that's really all I do. And I put, but huh. But yeah, I never say I'm looking for any particular type. Yeah, I honestly, I did some research on this, and and the reason after I did this research, I put very little. I've always done this. I've never really put a lot. I put very little in my. I'm not on the dating apps anymore. Those are dating apps are just awful. But I put very little in my dating profile as far as words go. I do put a variety of pictures, just and some dry humor, of course. I put some pictures of just me, pictures where I'm doing stuff, pictures with people, maybe a picture with a dog. Just so they can have just a variety of different contexts of what I'm like. And one funny, I think I have one picture where I'm dressed up like Zach Galifianakis in The Hangover. It's pretty funny, and I think I have a caption on that says, "You guys ready to let the dogs out?" or something. But yeah, just humor. Like women like humor, right? So they like a funny guy, and I'm a funny guy. I'm also a straight shooter. So, but yeah, I have a variety of pictures. Yeah, it actually, so studies have shown that it actually works in your favor if you say less versus having tons of stuff to say, because that's what chicks do on their dating profiles. And so women, they just think that that's kind of feminine because it is. So I would say for the men, don't treat your dating profile like a live journal, dude. That's a total chick thing, like for real. Don't do it. And then as far as like the whole like don't say you want girls, because she's like, well, we don't say we want boys. Well, I mean, based off of the news lately, there's a lot of middle-aged female teachers out there that beg to differ. Lock them up. But yeah, let's continue.
Right? You're like, I'm not a boy, I'm a man. So stop.
I'm a boy, I'm a man. Are we though? Because apparently we weren't earlier. Like, we don't know what it means to be a man.
Stop with the girl thing, because that is like a red flag to me. If I see somebody to say that, I'm like, yeah, no, we're not a match. Because it also kind
Oh god, the vocal fry, dude. Oh my god. All right, we shall persevere. All right, continue on.
of like implies that you're looking for someone who you perceive to be beneath you, that you are the authority, right? Yeah, I'm looking for a girl, sweet girl who will do what I want and just make me happy. I mean, I guess if that's what you're looking for, but I don't know that any woman's gonna identify that and be like, oh, I'm your little girl. I'm your little girl. Well, maybe they will in a different context, if you know what I mean, but that's not what we're talking about today. Okay, the other thing
Whoa.
is on Bumble, you can choose as an interest sex positivity. You can choose sex positive. I'm reading off my computer if I look down. You can choose sex positivity as one of your.
Well, dude. Well, obviously she didn't, but isn't that dangerous? I mean, dude, if your computer fell in your bathtub, that's a wrap, dude.
Just don't do that, because even if it's something, I think a lot of you don't even know what it is, and you're like, I'm positive about sex. I
think it's a red flag if you got a woman here naked in a bubble bath with electronics just chilling while she's drinking some trash can punch in a goblet with candles that are really close behind her that look like they could light her hair on fire. So this looks like it could potentially be a Final Destination video or movie scene situation thing.
Sucks. I'm gonna choose sex, but you don't know what you're talking about. That's not what it is. It's all about like gender identity stuff. So to me, when I see that, it's also a red flag. And honestly,
yeah, because women know about all that identity crap because they go to college and they're more prone to be on the left.
even if it were talking about actual sex as an interest, don't put it as your top 5. Just don't, because we're humans, right? We the one driving force that we have is procreation. So we all like to have sex. You don't have to put it.
All right. Well, if a dude is straight and he's not a lefty, he ain't gonna pick sex positivity. I think, if I'm thinking correctly, I've chosen, I think, books, films, and history or cycling, something like that. Nothing crazy. But wait, what did she say earlier? Hold on, let's back it up a minute.
That's right. We the one driving force that we have is talking about actual sex as an interest. Don't put it as your top 5. Just don't, because we're humans, right?
Well, if someone has self-awareness, they don't. But okay, we're all humans. What?
The one driving force that we have is procreation. So we all like to have sex. You don't have to put it as one of your top 5.
Whoa, lady. See, she just answered her own question from earlier about why are all these dudes in their 40s and 50s just wanting sex without commitment, right? That's why. The reasons that I mentioned earlier, but also the fact that we all like to have sex and biology plays a role, right? That's it, okay? It's simple. Don't complicate it.
The interest, okay? Like, come up with something better, please. No woman is gonna see that and be like, oh, he's into sex. He has sex positivity. Like, that's definitely not gonna be a reason why someone chooses to go on a date with you or to match with you. So please just get rid of it. Get rid of it. And even if you are choosing it for the right reasons, I don't know. Well, in that case, I guess keep it there. But I don't think that most men even know what the hell it means.
Here's the thing. Women, they get more attention than guys do. So they've got they got hundreds, thousands of dudes hitting them up, saying all kinds of off the cuff, out of pocket stuff. And so I really think that the guys that are doing this, that are either DMing them this stuff or they see it on their profile, they're just losers, right? Because there's tons of losers out there, men and women. But yeah, tons of male losers, tons of simps out there that do the wrong stuff. They think that they're gonna attract someone. They have no self-awareness. They got no game, right? There's no amount of money that can save them. But anyways,
the other thing, don't use the little purple devil icon. Don't use it, okay? So many guys use that, and I'm just like, no. It's too pervy and inappropriate. You don't send that to a stranger that you haven't even met yet. You need to be a gentleman. You need to feel like—
See, she's talking about dudes in her DMs, probably. Yeah, that's it. Because the previous video, she put on blast. I mean, she hid the identity. She didn't dox them, but she showed screenshots from some guy that was hitting her up, trying to get her to come over to his like 4 houses and eat some eggs or something. But yeah, I think it's a good rule of thumb for men to just never use emojis. But here's the thing: if you're a hot guy, you can get away with it. You can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. She's only talking about the ugly, pervy dudes that simp that she doesn't want, right? The attractive dudes she wants, they aren't doing that. I mean, dude, who are these dudes? Unless you're a loser, I mean, just don't do stuff like that. Really, it's that simple.
Like someone safe that doesn't have ulterior motives for meeting, and by
someone safe. But you like the bad boy.
By that, I mean just wanting to have sex. If that's the number one thing on your mind and you're trying to flirt and send all these little icons when you haven't even met this person yet, to me, that's a huge boundary violation. Just no, you're crossing a line, and that's going to lead nowhere good real fast. People are going to think you're a perv if you use that. No one's seeing that and swiping right. I promise you.
It's only if you're ugly. They only think that if they're not attracted to you.
Some people might not make it a deal breaker, but I guarantee that no one's seeing that. And then they're like, oh my God, I'm going to match with him. Don't talk about how good sex is the key to a good relationship. Don't say that. Don't say I hear this all the time. I'm looking for someone with a strong libido that can match mine. You guys, I promise.
Who even says the word libido on a date? What the heck, man? The only time I say the word libido is when I'm singing Smells Like Teen Spirit.
You don't understand women. Please stop. Women are not seeing that and matching. It is such a turnoff to see that, because all it's signaling to a woman is that is your only priority. That's all you care about is sex and getting off. And it's about you. It's about you and your pleasure and sexual gratification. And that's it. You have no interest in her as a person. Like, your profile.
She's describing plenty of women too. There are plenty of women that's all they want. They don't care about you. They just care about getting, they're getting attention and sex if that's what they're looking for.
Should be focused.
They will ghost you. Of course, that's the modern dating culture. It's the hookup culture now. I feel like the dating apps are mostly a tool in the hookup culture. Sure, now it's hard. I mean, you can still meet people out in the wild, but now most people are meeting each other online, and it's caused a lot of us to view people as a commodity rather than a person. That's the sucky thing about technology, and having this daggum freaking phone. Now people are swiping left, swiping right, just picking these service level things. They're not meeting somebody that they might actually like and getting to know them. They're just going off of what they look like. So there are plenty of people out there that are good matches for them. Plenty of great dudes out there, great men, but she'll never meet them because she's in her bathtub or on the apps.
On the person, the other person that you're trying to meet. What are you bringing to the table? Not like I'm looking for something.
What are you bringing to the table? Well, dude, these women, they're like, I am the table. Bah. And of course, if you want to know more about that, I would recommend going to Homath. He's got some great videos on that.
Someone who can match my libido and wants to fuck me every day. No, that's so.
Who are these dudes, man? Who are these? Huh? Who are these men? This sounds like a movie. This sounds like a scene in a movie she's describing.
Unattractive. Okay. The other thing, don't lie about your height. Don't do it. I don't know if you know that women, we know how tall we are, and we know what it's like to stand next to someone.
Well, I'm 6'3", so I don't have to. That's never been an issue.
Someone who's 6 feet tall, and we know what it's like to stand next to someone who's 5'9". Women have an invisible measuring stick that we can just project onto a man, and it's like a superpower, but we can tell if you're lying, and it happens all the time. Just be honest. I don't know if you think that if you're 5'10" and you say you're 6 feet tall, that somehow what do you think happens when you do that?
Well, because y'all ignore the guy. That's the thing, is he could be an awesome dude, but you just swipe left just because it says 5'10" instead of 6. So this at least gets his foot in the door, just like the fat chicks, right? They they make it look like they ain't fat, and then you show up on the date and they fat. And then short guys show up and they're short.
We're gonna find out when we meet you. And I don't know if you think, oh, by then
that's the thing. Short people used to be with short people. But for some reason, even these 5 foot tall chicks, they want a guy that's 6'5". The heck?
Just have to meet them and I'll win them over with my charm and my personality or whatever. And maybe, but I'm just saying we're gonna know. And even if it's not a deal breaker, what's also not attractive is knowing that you were lied to. Like, don't start off the interaction with a lie. Just say how freaking tall you are. It's the same thing with the hat thing. Take your hat off. Let us see that you're bald. Okay. And this one might just be a personal preference of mine because I don't drink, but you can.
Man, bald short guys, y'all got it tough.
Choose interests on Bumble again, and there could be like bars. There's all sorts of activities though. There's all sorts of cultural activities, outdoor activities, theater,
Just don't appropriate any cultures now, gentlemen.
Documentaries, philosophy, road trips, camp.
That's what my channel's about, philosophy. But you insulted all of the men in my channel and me, I guess. But that's the thing, is and she brings up philosophy, but actually I plan on doing a video about philosophers hating women, because that's what you hear a lot. But just women, there are a lot of philosophers, Schopenhauer, Nietzsche, all of these great minds. They understood women. They understood them clearly. And these modern women, they hate that. They hate that. It's the reality. It's all these true things. And so it's bad marketing for women like this. So of course that's why they're like, oh, you have a disgusting audience, blah, 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 because they're probably just saying things that Schopenhauer said. Maybe they're not saying them as poignantly or as articulately, but it gets the job done. But yeah, there are some dudes in there that are just being crass that I delete those, right? If I see anything like that, anything inappropriate, I got a bunch of banned words in my moderation in case they say certain things that are just, really out of pocket. Those don't even get seen by anyone. So, but yeah.
Camping. And so many people of you only get to pick 5, and there's so many travel. There's so many you can choose, and there are so many guys that choose
travel. All right, cool. I'm done. All right, y'all can watch the rest of this. I'm gonna keep this under 40. So, hope you guys had fun, and we'll wait for her response. All right, peace.